Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students of grade 10. Welcome to your chemistry class. Today, the topic which we are going to discuss is the preparation of salts, यानी नमक की या नमकियात की तैयारी. नमकियात को तैयार करने के मुख्तलिफ तरीके जो कि आज हम इस टॉपिक में डिस्कस करेंगे. And this topic is mentioned in chapter number 10, acids, bases and salts, on pages 39 and 40 of your textbook. Now, before starting today's topic, we must know that salts are categorized into two types. The first type of salt are called soluble salts. Soluble salts. Now, why the salts are called soluble? Because some salts or majority of the salts have the ability to dissolve in water. If the salts are dissolve in water, they are called soluble salts, and if they will remain insoluble, they will not dissolve in water, they are called insoluble salts. So we can say that salts may be water soluble or insoluble, and the methods used for the preparation of salts are actually dependent or based on their solubility in water. Clear? So we can prepare different types of salts depending upon their solubility in water, and here we will apply some general methods for the preparation. So we will use 5 different general methods for the preparation of salt. 5 general methods in which the 4 methods will be applied for the preparation of soluble salts, while only one method will be used for the preparation of insoluble salts. Now, first we are going to prepare the soluble salts by using 4 methods, and for this we must know that soluble salts are often prepared in water because they are soluble in water. So if they are prepared in water, it means they are soluble in water, they have high solubility in water, and therefore they are recovered by evaporation or crystallization as well. So if I'll make, for example, in a beaker, I'll take again small amount of water and add any soluble salt, like if I'll add copper sulfate in it. Copper sulfate is an example of soluble salt. So what happens that after dissolution in water, it finally forms a solution form, or that is called the copper sulfate solution. And if I need to recover this salt once again or again into the solid state, what am I going to do? That I'll provide the heating to the beaker. After heating, what happens inside the beaker, inside water or inside the solution? That all the water evaporates, leaving behind only the solid crystals of copper sulfate at the bottom of the beaker. So these solid crystals of copper sulfate indicate that it is the speciality of the soluble salt that we can recover them by a process known as evaporation or crystallization. That is making crystals of copper sulfate once again. So first general method is for the preparation of soluble salts, and for this purpose we need 4 different methods to prepare soluble salts. The first method of preparation is called the reaction of acid with metal, and this reaction is also the name called direct displacement method. Direct displacement method. Now what happens during this reaction? That this is the direct displacement method in which hydrogen ion of acid is replaced by a reactive metal, and these reactive metals can be like magnesium, calcium, zinc and iron, and so many other metals as well. So first I'm going to write the general reaction for this method. When acid reacts with metal, it forms salt, which is a soluble salt, along with hydrogen gas is evolved. Hydrogen gas is formed. So this is the general reaction. Now afterwards you have to mention why this method or reaction of acid with metal is called direct displacement method. Because in this reaction, if I'll take for example hydrochloric acid HCl along with any of the metal like zinc, calcium, magnesium, iron, here I am taking for example magnesium as a metal, then what happens during this reaction or what are the resulting products? So magnesium and hydrogen, basically these are the positive part of the reaction, these are the cations, while the chloride is the negative part or negative ion, that is it is anion. So what actually happened, that being positive ion, magnesium combines with the chloride ion. In this state it is not an ion, it is a metal having, it is basically called the neutral atom, but we can merge together, we can combine magnesium with the negative part of the hydrogen chloride, that is the chlorine, so make a salt which is called the magnesium chloride. So according to the cross exchange valency method, magnesium has +2 valency or +2 and chloride has -1. So we will exchange the valency of magnesium and chloride with each other, so we will write 2 in front of chlorine. So the salt will become, or the formula of salt will become magnesium chloride, and along with it the remaining thing which is left is hydrogen. So hydrogen is formed or evolved in the form of H2. So main salt which is formed here, which is a soluble salt, is called magnesium chloride. Why this reaction is called direct displacement? Because in this reaction basically hydrogen ion of acid, that is hydrogen ion of acid is replaced by a reactive metal magnesium. यानी मैग्नीशियम ने क्या किया है, मैग्नीशियम ने एसिड के अंदर से हाइड्रोजन को रिप्लेस किया है. डायरेक्ट डिस्प्लेस करने का मतलब है उसको हटा के खुद इसकी जगह आ गया है. क्लियर हो गई बात? सो दैट्स व्हाई दिस रिएक्शन इज कॉल्ड डायरेक्ट डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेथड. Second method for the preparation of soluble salt is reaction between an acid and a base, and this type of reaction is called, or method is called, neutralization reaction or neutralization method. Because whenever an acid reacts with base neutralizes the effect of acid. That's why the reaction or the method is having name neutralization, यानी असर को ख़त्म करने वाला ऐसा मेथड जिसमें बेस एसिड के असर को ख़त्म करके एक सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट तैयार करती है. सो फर्स्ट we are going to define that what is neutralization method. So it is a method in which the acid and base react together to produce a salt and water. So general reaction will become acid reacts with base to form salt. Which salt? Mainly soluble salt, and water is also formed in this reaction. Now the chemical equation which describes this reaction is, first again I'll take acid, hydrochloric acid, plus for the base I am going to take sodium hydroxide. So this is a base, and the reaction between acid and base results. Again you will take the help from the positive and negative ions. So hydrogen positive, chloride negative, sodium positive and hydroxide negative. So this hydrogen part will combine with the negative part of other compound, while this positive part of another compound basically participate or reacts with chloride of the that is the negative part, anion. So which salt will be formed here? NaCl along with water is formed, H2O, because hydrogen combines with OH. So 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen makes water. Now the third method of preparation of soluble salt is the reaction between acid and metallic oxide. In this case, metallic oxides are normally insoluble. They are insoluble metallic oxide in which metal combines with oxygen to form a metallic oxide. Now mostly the insoluble metallic oxides react with acids, mainly the dilute acid, to form salt and water. So the general reaction for this purpose or for this reaction will be acid plus metallic oxide to form salt, that is soluble salt, plus water is formed. So according to this general reaction, we can make our chemical equation, or for this purpose I am now taking another acid, H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid, and as metallic oxide I am going to take copper oxide. I can take magnesium oxide, iron oxide. So according to book I am moving, so that's why I am taking the metallic oxide, metal copper, and oxide O for oxide. So copper oxide will be your metallic oxide. Now this is basically an insoluble metallic oxide, and whenever it reacts with acid, which type of acid? Which is actually the dilute acid. Why it is called the dilute acid? Because it is not the pure form. It is not in the pure form. It is mixed with water. That lot or huge amount of water is present in this sulfuric acid. So what happens that the desired product which will be achieved is one of the most common one is the soluble salt, another one is water. How does it normally achieve? So copper as positive and the oxygen, that is oxide, as negative. Here we can also write +1 and sulfate -2. So as positive it will combine with the negative to form a soluble salt, copper sulfates, CuSO4, while the remaining thing which is left behind is H2O. So plus water is formed. So this is the simple method to make your own resulting product by the help of the cations and anions which are present in these two compounds. Now the fourth and the last method for the preparation of soluble salt is reaction between acid and metallic carbonate. And for this purpose we first write our general reaction, and the general reaction says that when acid combines with metallic carbonate, then your desired product will be the soluble salt, along with soluble salt, water, and carbon dioxide gas is also formed. Carbon dioxide gas is formed. So after writing the general reaction, now I am going to write the chemical equation for this reaction of acid and metallic carbonate for the preparation of soluble salts. For acid, I can take here another acids like nitric acid, HNO3, and as metallic carbonate I can take here sodium, that is the metal, carbonate, CO3, that is the metal is sodium and carbonate CO3, and your desired product will be the soluble salt. How this soluble salt is prepared and which soluble salt is prepared in this case? Again we will take the help of the cation. So these are the cations, and these part NO3 is or are the anions part, anions. So I am writing here anions. After writing anions and cations or their valency on their top or at their top left corner or right corner as well, we can say, what am I going to do? I will shift the one compound, that is cation, with the anion of the other compound. So what will be your soluble salt form in this case? It is NaNO3. NaNO3, not Na2, because Na has +1 and NO3 has -1 valency. So there is no need to exchange their valency or write Na2 here, because already -1 is here. So we will exchange -1 and write here. So no need to write 1 over in both cases, Na1 or NO3 1. And along with it, we can also find that water is formed. And how water is formed? As you can see that hydrogen and CO3 is left behind. So we will combine HCO3 by taking one oxygen from CO3. Water is formed, because we need to balance the equation as well. And in the end, when one oxygen is removed from carbonate, then remaining gas which is left behind is carbon dioxide. And now we need to balance the chemical equation by adding 2 here and also 2 along with the nitric acid. So the reaction is balanced, and these are the resulting product, in which the most desirable product which we need is soluble salt, and the name of this soluble salt is sodium nitrate. Now the next general method is for the preparation of insoluble salts. In this method, usually solutions of soluble salts are mixed together, and during this reaction, exchange of ionic radicals, in which one is the metallic radical, which are called the basic radicals, exchange with the acid radicals, and both produce 2 new salts, in which one salt is soluble and the other one is insoluble. And the insoluble salt is precipitated out and actually collected in the form of solid state in solution. So finally we will start the chemical equations, starting from silver nitrate in this first case. Silver nitrate, along with I am going to take NaCl. Now these 2 salts, that is silver nitrate and sodium chloride, both are the solutions of soluble salts. Both are soluble salts. So insoluble salts can be prepared from soluble salts or solution of the soluble salts. And when these soluble salts are mixed with each other, they exchange their radicals. What is the meaning of radical here? For example, in silver nitrate, silver Ag has +1 charge on it, while nitrate has -1. So it is positive radical, while nitrate is negative radical. In the similar manner, sodium has +1 charge and the chloride has -1 charge. So what is the meaning of exchange of ionic radicals? That metallic radical exchange with the acid radical. How does it normally happen? So we will write the equation or complete the desired product or resulting product in this way, that silver will combine with the chloride, that is the negative. As positive, it combines with the negative of the other compound. So to form AgCl, which is silver chloride, AgCl. In the similar manner, sodium being positive combines with the negative part or negative that is the charge of nitrate, of silver nitrates, to form another salt called NaNO3. Now in this case, in this reaction, this silver chloride is called insoluble salt. This is insoluble salt, while the sodium nitrate is the soluble salt. Soluble salt. So we can prove it by this preparation of insoluble salt, that actually insoluble salts are formed by the mixing of 2 soluble salts solution, 2 soluble salts. क्या मतलब हुआ इसका? insoluble salts कैसे बनते हैं? insoluble salts दो सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट्स के सॉल्यूशन के मिक्स करने के नतीजे में बनते हैं, जिसमें वो आपस में अपने एसिड रेडिकल और मेटालिक रेडिकल्स को एक्सचेंज करते हैं। अब एसिड और मेटालिक रेडिकल्स क्या होते हैं? एसिड रेडिकल मैं इससे पहले भी आपको बता चुकी हूँ कि एसिड रेडिकल्स जो हैं हमारे एनाइंस होते हैं, और जो बेसिक या मेटालिक रेडिकल्स हैं हमारे, यानी जो मेटल पार्ट है, वो हमारे कैटाइंस होते हैं, कैटाइंस। सो एनाइंस और कैटाइंस के आपस में एक्सचेंज होने के नतीजे में जो हमारा डिज़ायर्ड यानी हासिल होने वाले प्रोडक्ट्स बनते हैं, उनमें एक इनसॉल्युबल सॉल्ट होता है जबकि दूसरा सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट होता है। अब हम इसको कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं कि कौन सा इनसॉल्युबल है और कौन सा सॉल्युबल? तो जब हम इन दो सॉल्यूशंस को आपस में, यानी सॉल्ट सॉल्यूशन को आपस में कंबाइन या मिक्स करते हैं, तो हमारे जो प्रोडक्ट बीकर में या जो भी आप टेस्ट ट्यूब इसके लिए ले लें, जो हासिल होते हैं वो कैसे हासिल होते हैं कि आपने फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल अभी आपको इस तरह से सॉल्यूशन मिला हुआ है, अब आपको ये इसमें नहीं पता कि सिल्वर क्लोराइड कौन सा है और सोडियम नाइट्रेट कौन सा है। तो थोड़ी देर के बाद जब आप सॉल्यूशन को ऑब्ज़र्व करेंगे तो आप क्या देखेंगे कि बीकर के बिल्कुल बॉटम पे जो सॉलिड सब्सटेंस आके जमा हो जाएगा, दैट इज़ एक्चुअली कॉल्ड सिल्वर क्लोराइड, वाइल द रिमेनिंग सॉल्यूशन जो कंटेन करेगा सॉल्ट वो होगा NaNO3, दैट इज़ सोडियम नाइट्रेट, विच इंडिकेट दैट द इनसॉल्युबल सॉल्ट प्रेसिपिटेट्स सॉलिडिफाई इन सॉल्यूशन। ये सॉलिड की शक्ल में, प्रेसिपिटेशन की शक्ल में आपके बॉटम पे कलेक्ट हो जाएगा, बीकर के बिल्कुल बॉटम पे सेटल हो जाएगा, आके बैठ जाएगा, और जो रिमेनिंग सॉल्यूशन ऊपर होगा वो आपका एक इनसॉल्युबल नहीं बल्कि सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट पर मुश्तमिल होगा, क्योंकि ये पानी में सॉल्युबल है। तो हम सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट्स को क्यों कहते हैं कि ये सॉल्युबल सॉल्ट्स हैं? क्योंकि ये पानी में या वाटर में हल हो जाते हैं, जबकि सिल्वर क्लोराइड जो है वो पानी में हल नहीं होते, इसीलिए इनको इनसॉल्युबल सॉल्ट्स भी कहा जाता है। और यहाँ पर जब हम एसिड रेडिकल और मेटालिक रेडिकल की बात कर रहे थे तो यही है कि एसिड रेडिकल कौन सा हिस्सा है? नाइट्रेट एंड क्लोराइड आर द एसिड रेडिकल विच आर एनाइंस, वाइल द मेटालिक रेडिकल और कैटाइंस आर सिल्वर एंड सोडियम, क्योंकि ये मेटल हैं। सिल्वर और सोडियम क्या है? ये मेटल हैं। तो ये आपके सिल्वर, यहाँ मैं लिख देती हूँ, सिल्वर और सोडियम ये आपके मेटालिक रेडिकल्स हैं, और इन मेटालिक रेडिकल्स ने आपस में एक दूसरे के साथ किस तरह से एक्सचेंज किया कि यहाँ पर सिल्वर जो है वो, यानी सिल्वर मेटालिक रेडिकल कंबाइन कर रहा है किसके साथ? एसिड रेडिकल यानी क्लोराइड के साथ। इसी तरह यहाँ पर सोडियम का जो मेटालिक रेडिकल है ये कंबाइन कर रहा है दूसरे कंपाउंड के एसिड रेडिकल यानी नाइट्रेट से। तो इस तरह की एक्सचेंज को, इस तरह के मेथड को नॉर्मली हम नाम देते हैं डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट रिएक्शन, डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेथड। तो ये भी आप लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पर, डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेथड। जिस तरह से आपने स्टार्टिंग में एक मेथड देखा था, डायरेक्ट डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेथड, सो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड द डबल डिस्प्लेसमेंट मेथड। Preparation of insoluble salt is sodium carbonate along with copper sulfate. Now these two salts are again soluble salts. We are going to mix these salts with each other, and they exchange their basic and acidic radicals with each other and produce two new salts in which the one will remain insoluble in water while the other one is soluble. So two new salts will be formed. How? Again we will use the same technique, +1 carbonate, -2 copper, +2 sulfate, -2. Now exchange their radicals with each other. Sodium combines with sulfate and the copper combines with carbonate to form copper carbonate, which is insoluble salt, along with copper carbonate and Na2SO4. So Na2SO4 will be soluble salt, and the copper carbonate here is insoluble. So finally we can say that insoluble salts are prepared by mixing mixing the solution of two soluble salts, in which other salt which is formed along with the insoluble salt will always be called soluble salt. So this is the end of today's lesson about the preparation of salt. That is the both type of salts. One is the soluble salt and other one is called insoluble salt. So thank you class.